Welcome to this tutorial on axes and planes using Chimera. In this tutorial, we will learn to show axes, planes and centroids, 2D labels and per model clipping. To follow this tutorial, you should be familiar with Chimera interface. If not, for relevant tutorials, please visit our website. To record this tutorial, I am using Ubuntu operating system version 14.04, Chimera version 1.10.1, Mozilla Firefox browser 42.0 and a working internet connection. Here I have opened Chimera window. On the command text box, type open 1EMA, press enter. Structure of green fluorescent protein opens on the panel. Click on the Tools menu. Scroll down to Structure Analysis option. From the submenu, click on Axis, Planes, Centroids. Structure Measurements dialog box opens. Here we have Define Axis, Define Plane, Define Centroid tabs. Click on Define Axis tab. This opens Define Axis dialog box. Here we can specify atom sets and other axis parameters. On the panel, select a few residues of your choice from the middle of the structure. To select residues, click on residues while pressing Ctrl and Shift keys simultaneously. On the Define Axis dialog box, click on Radio button, Selected Atoms. Type the name of the axis as Axis 1. Click on the color well. Select a color from the color editor. Close the color editor. To change the thickness of the axis, click on Angstroms radio button. Change the number in the text box to 0.25. Click on OK button. Observe the panel. Axis is drawn for the selected atoms. Clear the selection using Select menu. An object for this axis is generated in the Structure Measurement dialog box. To delete axis, click on the row. Click on Delete button at the bottom of the dialog box. Now, to add plane to the structure, click on Define Plane tab. In the Define Plane dialog box, change the name of the plane to Plane 1. Here, a plane is created only for selected atoms. On the panel, select a few residues of your choice from the middle of the structure. Press Ctrl and Shift keys simultaneously and click on the residues. On the Define Plane dialog box, click on the color well. Choose a color from the color editor. Close the color editor. Click on OK button. Observe the panel. A plane is generated based on the selected atoms. Clear the selection using Select menu. Delete the plane. Click on the plane ID in the Structure Measurement dialog box. Click on Delete button. To show centroid, click on Define Centroid tab. Define Centroid dialog box opens. Select residues 64 and 68 on the structure to create a centroid. In the Define Centroid dialog box, type the name of the centroid as Centroid 1. As shown earlier, select a color from the color well. Close the color editor. Click on OK button. Centroid for the chosen atoms is displayed on the panel. Clear the selection and delete the centroid. Close the Structure Measurements dialog box. 2D labels such as text and arrows can also be added to the structure. Start 2D Labels tool using Utilities option from the Tools menu. 2D Labels dialog box opens with tabs for labels, arrows and color key. Click on Labels tab to add labels. By default, use mouse for label placement option near the bottom of the dialog box is selected. Click on the color well. Select a color for the label. Close the color editor. Click on the panel where you want to place the label. Label ID with X and Y coordinates appears on the dialog box. Now type the label text in the text area. Type green fluorescent protein. Press enter. The label created can be repositioned by dragging using left mouse button. To delete the label, select the label ID on the dialog box. Click on Delete button. Click on the Arrows tab in the dialog box to add arrows. In the arrow weight field at the bottom of the dialog box, change the number to change the thickness of the arrow. I will type 0.5 to create a thinner arrow. Click on the Arrowhead Style button. Choose an option from the drop-down menu. I will choose Pointy. Place the cursor on the panel. Click and hold the mouse button. Drag to extend the arrow. Release the mouse button. Drag the end of the arrow to reorient or to change its length. Move the arrow by dragging it from the middle. Change the color of the arrow by clicking on the color well next to the arrow ID. Select a color. Close the color editor. Close the 2D Labels dialog box. Close the session using File menu. Open a new session. To demonstrate per model clipping, I will use structure of myoglobin as an example. On the command text box, type Open 1 MBO. Press enter. Scroll down the Tools menu. Select Depiction. From the sub-menu, click on Per Model Clipping. Per Model Clipping dialog box opens. Per model clipping allows different models to be clipped in different ways. It is a single plane that separates the visible and invisible portion of the model. Each model can have only one per model clipping plane. A model and its surface are treated as separate models. Back to the panel. Model drop-down in the Per Model Clipping dialog box shows current model. Select Enable Clipping. This activates the clipping planes. Visible portion of the model is behind the plane. Uncheck Enable Clipping. Create a surface for the model. Click on Actions menu. Scroll down to Surface. Click on Show. Now the structure shows a pocket where heme group is bound tightly. In the dialog box, Model drop-down menu shows two models, Model and Model with Surface. Select Model with Surface. Click on Enable Clipping. Observe the panel. Only the surface of the model is clipped. Click on Use Slab mode with thickness. It allows you to view the portion of the model according to slab thickness. Change the slab thickness to 0.5. Type 0.5 in the text box and press enter. Observe the panel. In the dialog box, click on Adjust Clipping with mouse. Assign button 2 for translation and button 3 for rotation. Click on Surface Capping button. In the Surface Capping dialog box, Select cap surfaces at clip planes. Click on Use cap color. Select a color from the color well. Close the color editor. Select Solid as cap style. Close the dialog box. On the Chimera window, make the surface transparent up to 20% using Actions menu. Observe the panel. The slab is now colored and transparent. Press and hold the center mouse button. Drag the mouse to move the clipping plane in one direction. To shift the clipping plane, hold the right mouse button and drag the mouse. Observe the panel. Pocket holding the heme group is now visible very clearly. Let's summarize. In this tutorial, we have learnt to show axes, planes and centroids, show 2D labels, draw arrows, clip the model using per model clipping tool. For the assignment, open a model of chymotrypsin, draw planes, clip the structure using per model clipping tool. This video summarizes the spoken tutorial project. If you do not have good bandwidth, you can download and watch it. We conduct workshops using spoken tutorials and give certificates. Please contact us. The spoken tutorial project is funded by NMEICT MHRD Government of India. This is Snehalata from IIT Bombay signing off. Thank you for joining.